we're gonna paint this tiger. For our member of enjoyingart.com, I'm looking forward to seeing you in our fun and relaxing Friday painting together. If this is your first time to our channel, it's all about making art easy with relaxation. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification. First, let me tell you the brushes that I'm using. I only use two brushes. One is a flat brush. It's gold here. Okay. Take care of the brush. Just use the two fingers. Right. Just softly massage it every time before you start using it. Okay. Now the hair very soft. Also remove all the bubble, all the air inside the brush here. Now the brush is ready to use. That's very sharp over here, very organized. And this is the calligraphy brush. The calligraphy brush can use for medium and small shapes. And the tip is very sharp, so it's very easy to control. Just use a very light orange color. I'm going to take a look at where's the space for the face. Right. So this side is the right side of the tiger. This is the left side of the tiger. I think the face of the tiger, it takes half of the space from this side to this side. So I'm gonna put a little mark over here, like that. Put a little mark over here. Put a little mark on this side. That's just the face of the tiger. And look at that. If this is the top of the tiger, right? Top of the head. And almost you can draw like a circle. So you see that? Almost like a circle. Do a little dotted line. And a little bit lower over here. And then this will be the mouth. The mouth comes down a little bit. Like another circle connecting to the big circle. Right? So this is the mouth. Like that. And this is the tongue. We can see a little bit. And then see the chin right under, like that. Okay. Now we just, also a little more hair, like coming down a little bit more, coming over here, a little bit hair like that. So at this time, I'm gonna soften it a little bit, so we don't want them to look like the line a little bit too prominent. So now I'm gonna add a little ear. Here you go. That's the ear. Just softly have a little color over here, like that. Here you go. Now on this side, the ear coming out to here. This is the ear. Here you go. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Alright, now take a look at the back. The back is a little bit higher in the middle of the ear, close to the top of the ear. And coming over here, coming all the way to the outside. Like that. Here you go. And then the front over here. Here you go. Coming a little curve. And here you go. Like this. Now we have the placement, the composition for the tiger. And after you do this, I want you to cut this from the top to the bottom into 3, not all the way to the bottom. I think it's just the mouth over here, the lower part of the mouth. I want you to look at me. Put over here from the tongue over here. I want to divide into 3. That's 1, 2, 3, right? As you know what? Actually, the nose, that is just on the second, like that. And the eye is right over here. And the eye sitting in this location, the little triangle. That's a little triangle right over here, like that. Is that accurate? Okay. Now this is the nose, like that. And this side of the nose, like this. And look at that. Look at that. The eye coming in a little bit, like that. soften that. Use the water. Water is the eraser. Okay. And the mouth, I'm gonna add a little bit darker color right over here. Like that. So this is the mouth. And this is the tongue coming, open up the mouth like this. Roughly, that would be the proportion of the tiger. We know the eye already, so this is pretty good. And I'm also going to add a little mark for the line coming down and from the top over here. And here you go. I'm going to have this line, actually this stripe really prominent and coming over here. Just put a little mark over there. Prepare your mind. And I'm going to have another line over here. There's another line over here. Like that coming in. Oh, that's good. Another line over here. Another line on the top. Okay. And take a look at, there's another line over here, a little bit soft. And then another line over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna add a couple line over here underneath. That's good. I'm gonna have another one on the side. Okay, now we finished the drawing with watercolor. And the next step we're gonna do, we're gonna start painting the base color on the tiger at the same time we're painting the outside. Okay, now I'm gonna pick up the large brush. I'm gonna paint the background first. I'm gonna see what color I want. I can change the background if I want to. So I'm gonna just take a little gray color. So probably doesn't need to be that bright orange color. I'm gonna just get a little bit more color. Like that's fine. I'm gonna put it on the outside. I'm gonna touch it to the outside of this. This is the ear. So I'm gonna keep a little light. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna come to on top of this. And take a look. Okay, I'm painting the background. And now on the bottom over here, I'm gonna have a little bit brighter, maybe like this. Okay, that's fine. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna painting at the bottom here, coming to here. Now the edge is still wet, right? And on the outside, we don't have to do all exactly the same texture, okay? But you could do some splashes for the outside. I'm gonna do a little bit like that. So make it look a little bit softer on the outside. A little bit distance. Okay. Now I'm gonna painting into the color in here. So take a look. I'm gonna take lots of red, lots of yellow. If you don't want the color that bright, you need to add a little blue color, because the orange color with the blue will look more neutral direction. So I'm gonna have a little bit blue then. Okay, a little bit blue like this. That's good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm start gonna painting over here. And the edge, I know it's still a little wet, but it's okay. So I'm gonna paint a little color on here. So make it feel like it could be softly blending into the outside. Now I'm gonna paint into the back over here. Oh, I can move this a little bit higher like that. All right, I'm gonna do something a little bit quicker like this. Have a little bit more yellow color and not adding water but adding color. Okay, look at me. I'm gonna come into the chin over here like that. So coming over, look around to see how the color is changing like that. coming in a little bit. Okay, here you go. Now this is the edge. Okay, I'm gonna coming down here. I take a look at the bottom over here. I might have to paint again on the edge, and we're gonna see how it's gonna develop, and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do. And on the top over there, I'm gonna have a little bit red color. It's just gonna add a little bit color over here. And the bottom over here have a little bit blue color. Mix that into. Also a little bit red. I'm gonna have that color coming over here. That let it blend together. And a little color over here too. I get a little red like that. Have a little color over here too, like that. Okay. On the top over here, I'm gonna have a little bit darker color. And here you go. Now I'm going to use this color going a little bit more yellow for the face, right? I'm gonna have on the top over here. Here you go. Now this is still wet. It's perfect, right? I have the color softly bleeding to the outside. So I'm gonna have this even a little bit higher, like that. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have the ear a little bit yellow color, a little bit yellow orange color, like a pudding color over here, like that. And the outside over here too, I'm gonna have this color, like that, going around over here. That's fine, like that. That's good. Now I'm gonna use a little bit water. Now I let go most of the water from the brush, like only half load of the brush. Now I'm gonna coming down over here to the middle. I also see a little bit orange color. And now coming to the middle of the face, that is a lot of orange color. So I'm gonna make sure you have that. Here you go. Now the nose, at the bottom of the nose is a red color, mostly red color, right? When you're doing that is you want to pause it for a few seconds as you going into one color and the other color. And the eye, underneath the eye, there's a little white gap. So you want to leave the white gap over there. And here you go, like that. And now I'm going to come to this side. Look at that, right under the eye, there's a little light gap. Like that. That's good. Going around over here. And don't look at the dark stripes because we're not ready to working on those. We just want to try to paint the orange color. Okay. And the bottom over here, I'm going to have that color. And coming in a little bit over here. And then on this side, a little shadow. It needs to be darker. And don't look at the whisker either, because we're not ready to do that yet. And we're not going to leave that around either. So I'm going to put this color over here, like that. Now, there's the tricky part. I want you to look at carefully. And I'm going to have this color here, this color here. And now, we're going to get some water. Okay, ready? I'm going to put this color over there. Now, I'm going to clean my brush. Now I'm going to let go half of the water in my brush. Now I'm going to start brush this color in. Now I have a little soft. Okay, over here too. And just softly blend the color in like that. And also if you have a little dry kind of stroke, some transition, that actually would be good. And so I'm gonna have this look a little bit. So at this process, you want to force yourself to ignore some information. For example, ignore the stripes, right? You don't want to look at them. You're not ready to look at them. I'm gonna just make the color connected to there so that you can focus on how those light shape, the orange color, the foundation color. Now I'm going to put a little bit more water. I already have enough water in this brush. I'm going to put it like this. And if you have too much water, and the water would push the color all the way in. But at this point, I just have enough color, enough water. And I'm going to have a very soft feeling, have those color with pushing over, because the color just about going to dry in the neck area. Now I'm going to put this color right there. Okay, that's good. A little soft, and that's lift up the color. At the same time, leave a little water over there. So it have a little bit blur kind of look effect. Okay, that's good. And over here, have a little bit soft. I'm going to have that soft color here too. And focus. Don't get distracted by all the details, which is we're not be able to do right at this point. I'm going to have this color a little bit softer like that. Okay. Now I'm going to come back here. I want to move the color in a little bit. I don't think that color. So I'm going to do the head a little bit later. I need to focus on the body. Okay, right now. So I'm going to push the color in a little bit. Okay, this is fine. Like that. If any texture leave on the edge, that will be fine. Okay, now this is getting dry. And I'm going to come in to use the calligraphy brush. You ready? Now I'm going to mix some really dark color by mix the blue color and the red color together. And this color also pretty wet. Okay, ready. Now I'm going to start adding the color that's very over here. And this, see that? This is very wet. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put the color over there and take a look at coming down and keep going. Yeah, like that. And stop a little bit and then let the color sink in. Okay, and then over here, I'm going to paint this color a little bit off here. You see how the color going around the body of the tiger is, you can see that a little bit more like a curve and moving. Okay, put it over here, right there, and have a little soft line coming over here. It doesn't have to be look like what it looked like from the reference. I'm gonna top over here. That's almost dry. I think that's already dry. So I need to fix that. Come back a little bit later. Now I'm gonna mix a little bit of the orange color that I already have, so that it look like a brown color. So I'm gonna get a little bit color coming over here. You see that those are already dry, so we can do a little bit more. So the timing is very crucial, very important, and that's good. A little bit over here, coming like that. Okay, that is a darker color coming over here, and here you go. And I can come back to edit those stripe a little bit. I come over there, and I'm gonna add those really dark color. There's one over here. I'm gonna put that right here, like that. Okay, there's one over here. Here you go, and like this. Okay, now I'm gonna mix the a little bit red and the yellow color, and have a little bit darker. There's a little stripe right over here, like that, coming along next to the line. And now I'm going to mix some really dark color. And we're going to talk about what we're going to do in the case that is already too dry. Okay, I'm going to have this line really dark right here, like that. That's good. A little line over here, coming over there. Okay. And I'm going to have some really dark color, and we missed that line, so I'm going to have this dark color right here coming up a little bit over here, like that. And we're going to come back after this drive and do some editing. Mix some orange color, get some yellow, get some red, a little bit more red. Okay, this is pretty good. This color is good. Now I'm gonna directly come to the nose area and take a look over here. Right, second time when you have even the same color onto the paper, it will always look brighter. So I'm gonna come in over here, coming down to the nose, and take a look and the bottom of the nose over here, and the side over here have a little bit. Just use a portion of this brush, and I'm gonna have a little bit coming over here. I'm gonna showing this is a little bit rounded shape, okay, like that. And the corner of this also have a little bit orange color, and over here also have tip have a little bit coming to the top, and also give a little bit redefine the top of the head right there. Okay, like this. That's good. And here you go. Now redefine that a little bit better, like that. That's good. And then I'm gonna have the color back over here a little bit more, and also on the mouth over here also see a little bit orange color, but a little light, like over here, and like that. Okay, now I'm gonna come back over, give a little bit more in the center over here. Now I'm gonna use the same color. Look, I'm gonna use the same color over here. Oh, also on the top of the ear over here have the orange color. Here you go. Now I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna start make the color a little bit softer. Like now, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the same color from the face, come in here. I'm gonna actually use this color to moisture this. Yeah, I don't want them to look too light. Okay, like a little bit like that. And here you go. I'm gonna have this, and also the same color on top of. We're gonna have to mix a little bit more orange color. Okay, here you go. Make sure you mix it well. Okay, now painting on top of this. See that? Now it looks good like this. Now the next thing I'm going to show you how I actually use the calligraphy brush. I'm going to show you how to gonna make the edge look a little bit better. Okay, now first I'm going to continue with this color, create a little bit texture like that. And also on this side, coming through, here you go, through like that, and I have a little bit soft. Give some suggestions. Now I moisture the skin, and then it's gonna be easier for me to repaint the stripe, and this time it would be a little bit better. Just tap on it. Don't drag too much on top of the skin, because that way it maybe would lose too much color. So I'm gonna just be softly blend it on the top like this. Okay, like this is enough colors. It gives it a lot more consistency. And now I'm gonna come back here to just let go some color. So I'm gonna come back here to soften the edge a little bit like that. Just use the side movement of this flat brush. Here you go, a little bit softer right over there. And here you go, soften that a little bit. And actually I'm gonna just soften it a little bit, have a little bit soft edge. That I'm gonna clean the brush, and I'm gonna remove some color. And that's good. Like that, soften that a little bit, coming in a little bit, like that. That's good. I'm gonna working on the edge of this. Now this totally dry. Now you can come back to just soften that. It will become the feeling of that fur on the face. And I'm gonna change to the calligraphy brush. I'm gonna soften this a little bit first. It's easier to use the large brush to do the blending and the connections. Okay, like that. Now I'm gonna come to the calligraphy brush, and I'm gonna come in over here to use the little bit of the same color like that, and open the brush here. Okay, now I'm gonna come into like this. Doesn't have to make it too long. Okay, it's a little bit shorter like coming in, so you can see the translucent. I'm gonna open up the brush here. You go like that. A little bit, showing a little here. Okay, show a little bit orange color. Like that. That's easy to do. And on the edge over here, on the ears here too. Okay, like that. And I have a little bit kind of gray color. I'm gonna put it under here. Also have a little bit soft feeling of the hair, like that. Okay. Like that. And I'm gonna have a little bit orange color. Now I'm gonna have a few lines like this coming out. And if it doesn't look the way you want it, you can soften that a little bit later, like that. And have a few lines over here, like that. And I'm going to use a soft brush and make it a little bit softer. You don't want to have it all stick out like that, a little bit too hard. Just use the calligraphy brush, open it up, and do some blending, like that. Now is the good time for me to come back and refine some of the stripes. And it looks like I need to wet that one more time, but don't use too much water. And that's good. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna coming over here one more time. Take a look at the top. That's good. Okay, like this. Like that. And then watch it, how dry they are. We still have a minute or two, so I'm gonna come here to make this a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna just light up this area a little bit. Okay, this area need to be a little bit lighter. That's good. Okay, I think those stripes, that looks fine. I'm gonna have a little bit darker, like that. And by other colors, it may be not too bad. Actually, the other color also could be fine. I'm just going to light up a little color over here. You see that a little bit lighter, and also lift up a little color over here, a little bit lighter. And the stripe looks pretty good. Okay, a little bit lighter over here. I can just, in between the gap, I'm gonna light it up a little bit. Here you go. Light it up a little bit. I need to put back some color to it. Actually, I'm ended up to lifting up the color in between the darker color. I'm gonna lifting up the color over here too. Like that. Lifting up a little color over here. Okay. Look at the direction of the skin. Now I'm gonna add some yellow orange color back to it. Okay, add some color back to it. after it dries, come back to not totally dry, like 80-90% dry. I'm gonna come back to we fine tune the stripes. So now at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit more color onto the face, but also at the same time, and we need to add some red color to the tongue and also to the nose. I'm gonna just add a little red color right under here. Here you go. I'm gonna add that color right in here. That's good. Right, somewhere need to be even more red, and right in the middle over here. Yeah, so a little bit more red. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some red color to the tongue. Okay, here you go. And add the color to the whole mouth area, because the darker color on the top over there to catch the shadow are still showing. I have some red color as the foundation. Okay, like that. And also add a little yellow, orange color to inside the eye. I'm gonna add that color in. So always can find something you can do at this step. And also here. Okay, I'm gonna start working from the eye. I'm first gonna put a little catch the shadow inside the eye. Looks like a little bit brown color, a little bit brown gray color. So I'm gonna put little color into here, because I need to wait until it dry before I can paint the details. So I put this color first, and then also at the same time I'm gonna put a little bit light brown colors onto the stripes before I put the darker color. So I'm gonna put this color over here, and seeing that I'm using the calligraphy brush and just have a little big stripe over here, little stripe like that. Here you go. And little stripe over there. And here you go. I'm gonna come to a little bit closer and closer. Now I'm gonna get a little bit brown color right in here, like that, and put a little bit, and I can have a few lines over here like that. I'm gonna just quickly, just the water, soften that a little bit. That's good, like that. A little bit softened. Okay, now I'm gonna keep going with the dark orange brown color. Now look at the corner of this, and I can see that a little stripes, a little line coming down. Okay, coming on this side like that. Also in the corner over there, like this, and a little bit coming in here, a little big stripe. Here you go, like that. And also over here, I'm gonna press it down and moving it, so I have a continuous blending. I'm gonna come to the both sides of the cheek. I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. Just use the water, make it softer. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna have the mix that with the blue color, so it look like a little bit brown color, right? Now I'm gonna put it on the top of the nose over here. I'm gonna push the nose even feel a little bit lower, like that. So for this, that's good, and connect that to make this a little bit thicker, gonna be a darker color. I'm gonna come in over here, but I need to soften that a little bit. Use the 1-inch brush, make this a little bit softer. Okay, that's good. It's very easy to use this brush to soften the color, spread the color a little bit, make it a little bit more even, like that. It's good, like that, right? That's good. And I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I need to lift up a little color, make it a little bit lighter. Okay. So this is gonna wait until it dry, and then when we do something else and come back over here, we can refine that a little bit pretty easily. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna continue on other places. I'm gonna come in over here, just open up the brush, just have a few lines like this, and showing that is a little suggestion for the really soft hair inside the ear over here. And I can see that a little brown color going around like this. Okay, a little bit. There you go. That. I'm gonna just use the water, blend the color in over here. Right, so. Okay, now I'm gonna continue painting the brown color onto the stripe area. Feeling is going to be the stripe. And okay, a little color over here, a little color over there, and a little bit warm orange color. And it looks like around those dark stripe color, it actually do have a little bit color, a little bit orange color prepared for it, because that is a little bit round like that. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit softer. Here you go, on the face, coming on this side, like that. Okay, that's good. And there you go. And I'm gonna take a look. There's a stripe over here, from here coming down like that. It has a little bit soft edge of the brown color. Just use the water to soften that a little bit, like that. That's good. Now I'm gonna continue on this, coming to the face over here, and then here you go. Now I have a few stripes and some dots over here next to the mouth. I'm gonna have this have a little bit softer, like that. This is good. And the bottom over here have a little bit, okay, have a little bit softer over here, like that. There you go, like this. Okay, this is good. Now we are ready to add some darker color. So I'm gonna make some really dark color by mixing the red and the blue color, right? And I'm gonna come back here first. I'm gonna have just add a little bit darker color on some of the stripes. Not all of them. Maybe just a little bit, like that. That's good, right? Have a little bit coming over here, and a little bit over here, and there is something lost over there. So I'm gonna, this is a little bit darker too, and this is a little bit darker. Just moving the brush like that, and okay, a little bit over here, a little bit over here. Now take a look at a few dotted line, very much like dotted line. I'm gonna have a little bit red color into here, and make the color a little bit more like a brown color. Okay, like over here. I'm gonna have a little bit color like that. Okay, that's good. Right here, make a little bit dark color. I'll come back to it. Now I'm gonna going into get a little bit yellow color coming into the face. Okay, now take a look. I'm gonna start from the eye. I'm gonna start from the corner of the eye, and here you go. I'm gonna have this coming like this, right? Going around the eye, and in the inside over here can be a little bit darker, like that. Going to the corner. Here you go. take a look at how those dark color going around those spots. Okay, like this. Okay, that's good. A little color over here, coming over here. Now the corner over here can come in a little bit. Here you go, like that. And there's a little bit color. Just tap on it, and push it and directly remove it and have it up like this. Coming down and tap and drag, and there's a little bit dotted line like this. It's not all of them that is very solid. Okay, I can come back to make the line a little bit more softer a little bit later. You can put the color in and moving that, make the shape. That's nice. Now here you go on the top over here. You can use the side brush like this. I'm gonna show you, like push it down and move it a little bit, and that's push it down and then move it. Okay, I have a little side brush like that. Okay, take a look at this eye. There's a little bit darker in the middle. There's some here on the top. I think it's called eyebrows. And then let's make the darker color, a little stripe coming here, like that. Here you go. Okay, here you go, like that. There's a little line coming here. There's a little line going on this direction. It looks like there's too many variety of lines, and don't be afraid of it. And you see the color over there. Just put some color over there, and just see how you're gonna change it after. Okay, put the color over there. Maybe have a little bit more orange color after. I'm gonna have a little line over here. Now that's the nose. Now I'm gonna come back to the nose a little bit later. So I'm gonna have some color on the face, like that. Here you go. Little line like this, a little dark line. Okay, right here, gonna push it down and connect over here. There's another line, connect that in this direction. And here you go. I'm gonna have to come back to make more changes. Now I'm gonna mix a little bit darker color, just the red and the blue color together. And here you go. I'm gonna have some color even darker at the corner over here. Have a little bit. And I'm gonna come back to the nose over here. Now here you go. There's a little bit thicker, a little bit more round coming in. There's a little bit round in. And now come to the bottom over here, like that. So that's the nose, how it looked like. And take a look at a little bit connection coming down over here. That's the mouth, right? Now the mouth over here can push the color a little bit darker over here. And then we're gonna come to a little continuous connections and put a little color over here and like that. You see that how dry the brush over here? They're actually good. Like this. And here you go. If the brush feel a little bit dry, that's actually probably a good thing. I'm gonna now come to the side of the face. No worry, if you put the color in the wrong place, you can come back to it a little bit later to adjusting it. Like a little color over here, a couple dot. Okay, a few line, a dotted line like that coming to the side over here, dotted line like this coming to the side over here. That's the mouth opening. And here you go. I'm gonna come to all the way over here. See that? And that is a little yellow little tool. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to take this color a little bit like this. Here you go. You go like that. And I'm going to paint around this shape. It add a little bit water, otherwise it brush cannot move. Okay, coming on this side. Here you go, like this. Okay, now coming on this side, push that down and push that and drag it like that. Okay, now take a look on this side. I'm gonna have a little bit more brown orange color. I'm gonna soften that color a little bit like that, and a little bit like that, and a little brown color over there, and a little brown color coming down over here. And we need to put some dots on the cheek, but that's fine. I'm going to soften the color on the top over here to make that a little bit more like a feeling of the fur. And this can be a little bit softer. Just use the water to soften it. Okay, now take a look at the edge over here, and I think that's come in a little bit, and I'm going to open it up, take a little brown color. Okay, look at that. Sometimes you see the brush to open it up like this. Now I'm going to show you how you make some feeling of the fur on the edge. I open up the brush like that. That's good. Right, a little bit, have a little bit brown color. Here you go. I'm gonna soften that. Now I'm gonna come back to the mouth. Now I'm gonna have a little bit red color. Here you go. A little bit more red. Mixed with the dark color. Now here you go. Let's put the color in here. So create a feeling of the catch the shadow on the mouth. Ooh, have some yellow color on the yellow too. Like that. And here you go. And then after the whole thing dry, we're gonna come back to do the whisker. I'm gonna have a little bit red, mix that into inside the eye over here. Make it a little bit more like that. And now take a look at the body. The same time over here, I'm gonna push it down a little bit more yellow. Push it down. I'm gonna have some color coming on the outside over here. Continuous. If they have a little bit too soft feeling, that is fine. And the hair is supposed to be very soft, feeling very soft, like that. And over here on the top, I'm gonna have some dark color on the tip over here. A little tip, a little bit darker. Have a little bit soft coming in. That's just good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit dark color, dark gray color. Open up the brush a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little bit suggestions underneath on the chin over here. Have some darker color like this. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have it softly. Use a little water. Have a little bit softer, like that. So you have a soft feeling of the chin. And now I'm gonna take a look at the body. You need to have some a little bit soft this a little soft brown color of the stripes like that. See that's need to come down a little bit with the like a brown color. There you go. That's good, like that. And I'm gonna open up the brush a little bit, like open it like this. I'm gonna have a few here. Like that, have a little suggestions of the fur. Over here also have some brown color. Connect that into down up over here. Here you go. Now at this point, I'm gonna mix some dark color again. Now I'm going to make the dark color, and now I'm gonna put it in here. So I have a little bit softly blending because this color is already dry. So this color just get wet actually. And like that. A little bit wet. Like that. That's good. Gonna have this color. Gonna blend in to the soft area. That stripe connect to the border. Okay. Oh, have another coming down from here. That's good. A little bit over here too. And I'm going to have the orange color just softly connect that, and the color kind of softly disappear. Okay, and the bottom over here, we're also going to have a little stripe. Keep using these two colors to mix all the dark color. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to have a little bit dark color coming down over here. Oh, that's good. And a little bit over here, like that. And I'm going to have a little bit more red color mixed into this color and make it a lot bit more like a brown color. So I'm going to have this color like this. Here you go, coming in here. Now on the top, I'm going to make it a little bit more orange color, right? A little bit more orange color close to the color of the skin. And here you go, right over here. Color of the skin, like that. Keep squinting your eye, you can see how things related. Yeah. And I think I need to have a little bit red color over here. This a little bit more like a to wash off. A little bit too much yellow. Can I put that in here? Okay. And now the colors very much drive. I'm going to come back to the face, give a few dark line, an eye, and over here there's 1, 2 dot, 3 dots. Okay, here. Also 1 over here, and okay, had a couple dot over here in the face. That's fine. And I'm gonna soft this a little bit, and then after that, I'm gonna have some scratching. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have 1, okay. Right. You can wait until it's a little bit more dry. Okay, over here. making sure that you scratch in the same spot, the same track, so you can make it a little bit more clear. And there's a line on the top over here. And the E over here, you can have a couple line like that. Okay, so after you, this close to drive, not totally drive yet. You go.